And we're back. Thank you guys again for joining us. Really excited about everything. I'm loving doing this content. I'm loving putting this stuff out. I hope you guys are. And again, really want to hear from everyone. If you have any questions, any thoughts, any feedback, I'd love to hear it all, right? Like I'm not against any of it. Even if it's critical, like, hey, you're wrong, or you think, I love that stuff, right? So we all have an opinion, and I'm good with that, right? So I'm taking a little bit of a turn here, and I'm kind of going more on the brokerage side. Questions that I get from agents a lot. Being the manager and being part owner of a brokerage of Main Street Realty, obviously questions come from agents all the time. And one of the biggest questions I get is how to become a great real estate agent, someone that sells a lot of homes. And listen, it's actually quite easy, right? You just got to work hard, right? And I'm going to break it down a little bit more. I know that sounds easier said than done, but at the end of the day, you've got to put work into it. I think, the problem is people see Selling Sunset and HGTV and all these shows and Instagram, and it makes it look like it's the easiest job in the world. And don't get me wrong, in real estate, you can make a lot of money, right? You can. But the average agent does not make a lot of money. And there's a reason for that, because the average agent doesn't want to put in the time, right? When you look at it, you've got to do kind of a little bit of everything. You want to make sure that you're advertising. You want to make sure that you're doing some type of lead generation, and that might be door knocking, networking, geo-farming, meeting with people, your sphere of influence, meeting with them, referrals. There's a lot of different prospecting options out there, but you want to make sure that you're doing them, and you're doing them on a consistent basis, right? So I look at real estate like the gym. If I go to the gym once a week, right? Am I really going to see results? Yeah, you know what? I might feel good, and I probably am like, oh yeah, this is good. Like, I'm going to the gym once a week. But am I really going to see results at the end of the day? No, I'm not. And that's the same thing with real estate. If I work once a week, or let's say I put in a couple hours here, a couple hours there, am I really going to see results? Am I going to be the top 1% of the Toronto Real Estate Board? No, you're probably not. Don't get me wrong. Are you going to get a sale here and there? Yeah, you probably will. You'll get a family member or, someone close to you that's like, hey, I want to buy a house. It's no doubt that that's going to happen. But if you're looking at being, maybe not even a top agent, you should be putting in 5 to 7 hours a day. And part of that is going to be lead follow-up, generating leads, right? Making sure that you're staying active on your social media, maybe doing videos. And the two key ones is this: prospecting and generating leads, lead generation, and following up with your leads, right? And then the other part is going to be showing houses, working with your sellers, maybe doing open houses, things like that, right? But at the end of the day, to become a top agent, if you're sitting at home looking at MLS, scrolling through your emails, sitting at your desk, maybe having a long lunch, you might want to rethink your schedule and be prepared for those new agents that are coming into the business. Be prepared to work hard. What I always say to agents is, you'll get out of real estate what you put into it. So if you only put a few hours a week, or let's call it a couple days a week, realistically, and when I say a day is, most people work 8 to 9 hours a day, right? So don't think a day is a couple hours, right? That's not a full day on real estate, right? You want to make sure you're putting in the hours and putting in the work, and you're using the right technology to keep you on track. Hope that helps.